All right, let's talk about the law of attraction. So, law of attraction gets a lot of flack, I think undeservingly, but I think that it's because there are a lot of people who take it to the nth degree. Anybody who's saying, "Oh, you don't really have to work to build wealth or to achieve your goals. It's just about sitting in a corner, meditating and visualizing what you want and creating a poster and putting up what you want and looking at that every day." Um, I don't think that that is what the true sense of it is, and the intended original purpose of this concept. But I think that that's what a lot of people kind of take from it. And the truth is, if you're in one of those modes where you are really focused on the things that you want to achieve, I think that that's going to have a positive impact, regardless of what you think. But I think that there's the way that I view it, which is probably more pertinent to people and gets to the essence of how you can leverage this concept of the law of attraction. And it's the law of being attractive. And there are some basic kind of ideologies around this. One of which, I was just having a conversation with one of our Patreon members who's going through the $1 Million Brain series, a series I did a while back, but I think is really powerful. That's in our Patreon now. But he was talking about the money bucket. And so one of the ways that I describe where people are really focused when they come when it comes to their money is it's almost like having a bucket. And in this bucket, you're trying to put all your savings, all your investing, all of that stuff in it. At the bottom of the bucket, there are holes. And so your bills come out of the holes, taxes comes out, inflation comes out. And so what you're trying to do is maximize what's going into the bucket and minimize what's coming out. And you're up against, it's almost like a fight. One of the things that is a fight right now that's getting tougher and tougher is inflation. And it's one of the worst because you can't see it. You can see what's happening with your bills, right? Like, how much that is each month. You can see what's happening with taxes and all those other things. But when it comes to inflation, it is the invisible killer. And you end up trying to maximize your bucket without really knowing what the impact long term is going to be of inflation. But that's why it's so crucial that you are making as much money with your money as possible. And so where most people make the mistake is they're focused on trying to get income, which is putting money in the bucket, and not focused on maximizing the income from those dollars. And so as you create the bucket, if you're over here doing work and you're putting money in there, but then the bucket itself is making its own money, like it's generating more and more. So the bucket's getting bigger and bigger on its own. That helps overcome any of the holes. And it's one of the things I tell you all the time. If you're working harder for your money than your money is working for you to generate more money, then you literally value the money more than you value your life. So if you're willing to give up hours of your life for money, and then you've got the money sitting over there, and you don't want to risk any of that to make more money, then you're basically saying, "Hey, that money is worth more than my time, which is basically my life is." So there's a fundamental concept that is a shift that I think takes place for a lot of people. And part of these kind of different rules, and even what we're building when we go through the $1 Million Brain series, is when we're doing deals and we're trying to acquire business, or we're doing trades. And I'm really excited that a lot of you that are in the actual holdco are starting to use some of the trading strategies. But with all these things, the real goal of all of this isn't just, hey, I'm going to go work, I'm going to generate this income. The real goal is that you're building this machine that on its own is always generating more income. And as we go and we do deals, when we do that deal and we make money, we don't want that to just go into a bucket and then come like start to slowly drip out of the bucket. We want to put it into a bucket, and then that bucket is basically recycling that money and making those dollars work harder than we had to work to go and find that deal, do the due diligence, put together the financing and all that stuff. And so if you do all that work on the front end, and then there's nothing on the back end helping your money to grow, what that creates is a situation where you just have to work a lot harder. And that is kind of this rat race thing that we hear about, talk about a lot, and try to avoid. And so I think that is the act of, at least when it comes to being attractive to money. I think that like you building a machine that is, generating more and more income, that brings more and more income to you. So it's kind of this interesting recycling thing that it's a little bit of the law of attraction, because if you're doing what other people do that make them attractive to money, which you can see because they're wealthy, and you start to do those same things, then the money will be attracted to you. And it really is that simple. If you're somebody who wants to get wealthy, if you're somebody who wants to get healthy, all those rules are really the same. If I'm going in, if I'm following somebody who has the body that I want, and I'm eating the same things that they're eating, not sneaking off and, having a cookie or a pie when I want. If I'm going to the gym and doing the same routines that they're doing, it doesn't mean that the body's going to be exactly the same, but I'm going to start to get closer and closer to their body. It's kind of like what I talk about as far as modeling yourself after billionaires, because it doesn't mean that you're going to be the exact same, but at least you're modeling yourself off of kind of that apex predator. So just a food for thought. Be sure, if you haven't joined the course, soloconglomerate.com, to check that out. Thank you all for popping in. Lou popped in, said, happy belated birthday. Actually, my birthday is coming up on the 2nd. So my birthday is on the 2nd. I was traveling yesterday. I'm doing a retreat this weekend, doing an ayahuasca retreat. So that should be very interesting. I'm looking forward to it. It's my first time ever doing ayahuasca. So yeah, I was traveling for that. So we had a change in the actors and hold code, which is what Luke is referring to. But thank you nonetheless. I definitely appreciate it. Everybody have a great weekend. I'll see y'all soon.